Alright, find expressions for the revenue, cost, and profit from selling X thousand items if the item price is $4, the fixed cost is $3,000, and the variable cost is 2,400x. Now that 2,400x, that 2,400, that's actually a dollar amount in there. But first, let's quickly review these concepts. So first of all, revenue is equal to price per item times number of items sold. So that's revenue is how much you actually take in from selling your items. Cost has two parts. Has a variable cost plus a fixed cost. So the variable cost changes depending on how many items you sell, and the fixed cost remains fixed. There would be no variable, no X involved in a fixed cost. And profit is how much you actually make. Well, what you do is you take your revenue, which is how much money you take in from the items you sold, and you subtract your cost, which is how much it costs you to make those items, to sell them. And that gives you your profit. Now there's a little tiny other piece of information we need for this specific problem. It says you're selling X thousand items. That changes it a little bit. So if it just said that you were selling X items, your revenue would be $4 times X. But for this problem, your revenue is going to be $4 times 1,000x, because it's you're selling X thousand items. So let's look at that. So revenue is going to be $4 times 1,000x. We'll just call it R for revenue. So that's 4,000x. Now your cost, so there's one answer, because they want expressions for each of these. So your cost consists of two parts. A variable cost plus a fixed cost. Okay, so they give us the variable cost and they give us the fixed cost. So it's variable cost plus fixed cost. So 2,400x plus 300,000. So there's our cost expression. Variable plus fixed. Now profit is revenue minus cost. So profit is going to be 4,000x minus, make sure this goes in parentheses, 2,400x plus 300,000. We're going to distribute that negative sign. So 4,000x minus 2,400x, and then minus 300,000. And we need to group the like terms. So 4,000 minus 2,400 is 1,600 minus 300,000. Okay, just to get you thinking just a tiny bit here. So let's say we, make 0 items. So profit of 0 items. This is function notation. So evaluate our profit expression when x is 0. Check this out. And this makes sense. 1,600 times 0 is 0, so we get negative 300,000. So we didn't make any items, and we just paid our fixed cost. Our fixed cost is 300,000. We didn't sell any items. All we did was pay our fixed cost, $300,000. So our profit is actually negative $300,000. So if you make let's say 100 items and you actually sell 100 items, let's see what happens here. So we're going to add 2 zeros here. So we have 160,000 minus 300,000. So we need to figure out what that is. That's going to be 140,000. We could just double check that. Okay. So that will be negative $140,000 though. So our profit is still negative, but we're getting closer and closer to zero. So as you make more items and as you sell more items, you'll begin making a positive profit. So it's okay to have an expression, a profit expression, like we do here, where P equals, that's a P there, where P equals 1,600x minus 300,000. That's fine to have a minus in there. Everybody thinks profit should be all pluses. But no, remember, if you don't make any items, you don't make any profit. If you don't sell any items, you don't make any profit. So our three expressions, revenue equals 4,000x because it was $4 per 1,000 items. Cost contains two parts, a variable cost and a fixed cost. And profit was calculated or was determined by doing revenue minus cost.